Hello there and welcome back to Dukascopy TV. I'm Monica Gibson. Luzius Wasescha from the Diplomatique Club of Geneva joins me in the studio right now. Luzius, welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the Diplomatique Club of Geneva. It's a Geneva-based organisation, but on the website, when you read about it, it says Geneva is a city with, international focus. But what about in terms of the membership? Who is represented by this club?
Well, we try to put together the different collectivities of Geneva, the international organizations, the diplomats, but also the multinationals, then the Geneva authorities, both from the canton and the city, and we try to create synergies. That's our theme, is to create synergies among these different units. We have about 25 international organizations here in Geneva, and they just start now to cooperate. And for us, it's very important that the synergies are used because it's really the asset of Geneva.
Indeed, synergy is a fantastic word, but if you think about where it all began, what are the main priorities as well for the club and the main aims really and what it's trying to achieve?
Well, the aim is to offer a series of presentations, of visits, to get acquainted with this mysterious international part of Geneva, which from the old city is on the other side of the lake, and therefore not everybody goes to this other side, and not all of the internationals used to go to the city. So we try to stimulate these kind of things. And our next step is a huge program together with the Foundation of Geneva, where we are part of. We'll travel in 45 cities in Switzerland to present the international dimension of Geneva in a bus, and the specificities of Geneva outside the bus in a huge exhibition. And this will be between April and June next year, so we'll be pretty busy.
That's fantastic, something really interesting, exciting to look forward to. Also, there's obviously a lot going on. Just in September there, I believe the presentation for the Foundation Award was given. Could you tell us a little bit more about what this award celebrates and perhaps some previous examples of who has been represented or who has been recognised by this award?
Well, the tradition was to honor citizens of Geneva, which have been especially helpful to promote the international dimension of Geneva, such as Madame Ruth Dreyfus. She was a former president of Switzerland, and she is now very strongly engaged worldwide against drugs and drugs abuses. Or we had last year an archaeologist who discovered the sites in Sudan and brought quite a lot of reputation to the University of Geneva. And this year we had the president of the Swiss Confederation, because he is very keen to promote the international dimension of Switzerland through Geneva. And thanks to that, the sensitivity in the rest of Switzerland is growing. And this is necessary because huge investments are to be made for the renovation of the Palais des Nations. But also the ILO and other organizations need to be refreshed, not only in the substance, but also in their buildings. And this is, of course, very costly.
Indeed, and it sounds like bridging the gap. You've got the representation representation from Switzerland, but also in a global aspect as well. So you mentioned also the initiative you'll be conducting next year throughout the bus and the Great Exhibition, but what about the kind of long-term goals, and what's next really over the longer term for
the longer term is to create, in addition to the events that are open to all members, to create smaller groups where the business community comes and they tell us what kind of problems they face, for instance counterfeiting, and then we'll invite WTO, WIPO, and the World Customs Organization from Brussels to tell them what they have done, and then we try to identify where the problems are and where additional efforts have to be made. Of course, one can anticipate that's always a question of implementation.
Well, it really does sound like an invaluable cause, and it's something which is making great movements. But thank you so much, Luzius, today for coming in and telling us all about it. It's been a real pleasure.
Pleasure was mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, well that's all from Luzius and myself for the moment. There's plenty more coming your way on Dukascopy TV, so make sure you keep clicking back. Goodbye for now.